I think we're going to need some more food now that we've got more dupes. I'll be on mush bars again soon if I'm not careful. Okay, what did I miss? Keep talking to chat for many hours. Yeah, I'm here for a little bit yet, buddy. Don't worry. I know lots of space facts off the top of my head. Space is awesome. It really is. It really is. There was an amazing sort of visual representation of how the Earth moves through space. And I only saw it a few years ago, and it totally changed my perception of space. It's really weird. Let me see if I can find it. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Excuse me. Let me get rid of the dirty fruit fly jism. Visual representation of planets moving through space. Let's see if we can... Oh, there it is, straight away. Look at this shit. I'm going to mute it because otherwise I'll get in trouble. But for those of you that haven't seen this, I'm going to drop the link in chat. Is this the one I'm thinking of? I think it is. I'd never considered that. I'd always been told it by teachers in school, but I never understood it. I could never put it into... It's hard to visualise planets moving and also travelling at the same time. And then when I saw this, I was like, no! That's what's happening! Our sun is flying through space, and we're all following it in this maelstrom of fucking gravity and forces and... When I saw that, it just fucking blew my mind. That, to me, is amazing. That shit, I can get behind. I like that. We're basically stuck in the tailspin of the sun. It's amazing. Nobody in chat is saying anything. This shit is amazing. Anyway, I think it's cool as fuck. I'm going to stop it now before I get a copyright strike. Well, there you go. Let's get rid of that. It's the roller coaster of life, indeed. Indeed. When I saw that, it completely changed my perception of the planets, and you always seem to think of it as everything static in a line and we're moving around in one place, and then when you see that there's another dimension to it that you don't consider, it fucking blew my mind. I love space. Space is fucking awesome. I love space! Right, let's finish off doing this. So we've got 2 Weezeworts, we need 1 more, 2 more. Oh shit, this keeps on going down here. Yeah, I may not talk about this much on stream, but I am really into, like, sciencey stuff. I I lack the mental acumen to remember everything that I'm interested in. But that comes from a misspent youth and far too much cannabis. But I'm very, very, very impressed by things like that. Really am. Blows my fucking mind. Oh, Nicola. Why? Why you do this? Oh, Wandering Dragon, how's it going? I like it when you talk nerdy to me. Oh, Justice. My goodness. I am one of them people that gets blown away by stuff. Like, you know, some people just never seem impressed by anything. I'm one of them that's like, holy shit, that is the best thing I've ever seen in the last 10 minutes. I can get really caught up in stuff that easy. On the same token, I do get trolled an awful lot because of it. But I don't care. If something really impresses me, I'm like, fuck, that is awesome. I like that a lot. So you can see the temperature change on these batteries now. So the chlorine is working its way down here, and the oxygen is flooding its way up. And as soon as there's a different gas in the presence of the water pipes that are cooling behind it, it's cooling it right down really quickly. So that's nice. So I'm going to cap this in a minute once a bit more of the chlorine, a bit more of this oxygen has gone up. And then we are golden. They made Sleep Week prettier. They did. They made it all blue and nice. Where have we got a nice one? There we go. It's nice. And the grain itself is a nice blue as well. Excuse me. I'm going to reinforce our little makeshift water pool here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I ended up watching a documentary on YouTube a few days ago about the Kepler telescope and the Earth-like planets it's seen. Ooh. If you like science stuff, there's a really cool YouTube channel called Kurzgatsk. I can't pronounce that. Kurzgaskt in a nutshell. I'm opening a new tab, buddy. I literally, I've said this before many times on stream. If you guys want to suggest anything that's going to blow my mind or impress me or enlighten me or anything like that, I am down for that shit. I've been I was on a bit of a Lawrence Krauss bender a while ago. Bender is probably not a good word for you non-British people. Bender means like I couldn't get enough of the guy. I was just blown away by every talk that he's ever done. If any of you haven't seen any YouTube or TED Talks or anything like that by Lawrence Krauss, you really need to get onto that guy. He's fucking awesome. Yeah, Lawrence Krauss. I'm a bit of a fanboy of his anyway. He's got a really cool way of talking about shit. Excuse me. But no, I'll check that out. Kurzgaskt in a nutshell. YouTube. I'm all over that shit. Nice. I'll be looking at that in a bit. About the Kepler telescope and the Earth-like planets it's seen. I think that's one that, because basically Lawrence Krauss he was Jesus, what's it called now? I've talked about this before. He was doing a tour of America with what's his name? He's a British guy. I should know his name. About educating science over religion and how they're not mutually exclusive. They can be taught alongside each other, but one should never be taught over the other, and so on. It's really interesting, but I can't remember what the fuck it's called. I'll see if I can find it. Dawkins, that's it, Richard Dawkins. They did there's like a YouTube, you can find it on YouTube, it's like an hour-long special where they show all the different places where they go and the people that they talk to, and they basically sit there in like comfy leather chairs and just talk to people and put their points across and just natter, and it's really, really cool shit to see. But there is also another panel that's got like Bill Nye, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Lawrence Krauss, Dawkins, there's another lady there and another bloke there, I think they're husband and wife, I can't remember their names, but it's a great panel with like 6 really bright leaders in their field, and obviously, you know, it gets a bit heated, but it's really good to see like these brilliant minds all on the same page about certain things, and then completely clashing in others. Like Bill Nye is very much a believer of getting people into space and doing experiments in space with people, and everybody else is all about doing it with robotics. So you've got these different aspects of science where they want to achieve the same thing but with different means of doing it. Yeah, I find shit like that really interesting. So that's a bit of an insight into the weird and wonderful world of what I do when I'm not streaming. I'm a bit of a nerdlinger, but I like it. Anywho. Oh! Oh, it's another desk. Son of a bitch. Oh, got some more lockers down here. Let's keep going. I think that's the sort of rant that QWERTY was trying to get me away from earlier, by the way. I read a lot by Dawkins. The selfish gene. That's one of the ones that gets referenced all the time. Yeah. I think that was maybe something that he released around when he was doing the tour, because he references it a lot. Or it's possibly one of his better works, I don't know. Okay, this is really clumsy, as I say, so we're going to probably set up some pumps here in a minute to just cycle oxygen down here. It's not going to be pretty, but it's not going to be a major concern of mine, if I'm honest. Let's make it with iron. And we're literally going to just whack some pumps in a line. Because I can. And it's going to go like... How do we want to do this? This is the derpiest looking piping I've ever done in my base, but I like it. Boop. Oh. Okay, and we'll have all these on atmo switches and temperature switches, and you know the drill. So atmo switch. Put them up there. Thermo switch. We'll have. This is some of the dumbest base building I've ever done, but I'm okay with it. I promise. I definitely don't feel self-conscious about how terrible this all is. That's for sure. Do we Patreon to finance the YouTube content, maybe? See how it goes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do Patreons and like beg for money on their streams and on YouTube. I just feel dirty doing it, if I'm honest, Charlotte. Like, I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it. Like, I enjoy streaming, I enjoy the interaction and stuff. I'd feel like a scumbag if I was like, please give me money so I can do stuff. Like, I've asked somebody to do some artwork for me for the channel, like emojis and stuff, and and I'm paying for it all out of my own pocket. It's going to be a lot more than the donations and stuff that I've had so far. Which is fine. The last update I bought was computer components, and that was like partly funded by donations. So it's really appreciated when they come through, but I don't really want to beg for them, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. I probably should be more of a sellout, but it's not my style. But yeah. Food is getting very low, I've just realised. We need more mushrooms. Only an idiot would give you money. Jesus! Says Hanno, floating at the top of my screen. Top donator, Hanno. Only an idiot would donate 3 times by accident, Hanno. Oh shit. Nearly donated me 90 quid instead of 30. And I refunded the fucking lot like a chimp.